We've got some equipment trouble. Almost forgot to add, my hamstrings have started trying to cramp a bit now. That's 25k in 2 hours 36 and a bit. Knackered.
This is Linacre Infini, a 6-hour trail race where you run as many laps as you can. No set distance, you can just do 1 lap, get your medal and go home if you like. Or you can keep pushing until your legs are on fire and you have nothing left to give. I chose option 2. I wanted to see how far I could go, physically and mentally, if I just kept moving for 6 hours straight. How would my body cope? Where is my fitness at? And how would I deal with those inevitable feelings that come along when you've been running for hours, you're in pain, wanting to stop, but not wanting to look back on the race thinking that you could have given more and you took the easy way out. This is the story of my battle with the trails on this day, 8th of November 2025.
Good morning and welcome to the Linacre Infini race. Early now, it's only 20 past 8 and the race starts at 9, so I've just been making use of the facilities, getting ready for action.
Along with Severn Trent waiving their fees for hosting the event here, SI Entries waiving their fees for signing up through that platform. Anyone got any questions?
So, as the race begins and we start the first lap around the reservoirs, this is the point where I start to wonder, how should I pace this race? I've only ever done 2 really long distance races, 2 50Ks, the most recent one being 18 months ago, so I don't have a massive amount of experience of pacing anything of this kind of distance, so I was kind of making it up as I went along. Having some people to follow early on was really useful. I just kind of jogged along at roughly the pace they were doing and just tried to ease into it, making sure I didn't feel like I was working too hard and that I could maintain this pace for a good while.
Right, that's the first 5k done in just over half an hour. First lap was shorter, so I'm kind of part way around lap 2 already. Just stopped to take my long sleeved layer off, starting to sweat quite a lot. I wore it at the beginning because we were early and I was standing around waiting for it to start, so the plan was always to de-layer after a while. I keep seeing my heart rate in the 170s, which is above my lactate threshold too. Not sure whether I should be maintaining that. It does calm down in the downhill sections, thankfully, so watch this space.
So my goal for this race was initially to try to cover at least marathon distance. The bigger laps, or the majority of the laps, were just over 4.5 kilometres, but the first lap was shorter just to avoid a little bottleneck that would have happened early on in the race if we didn't take a detour. You can see we're approaching a little squeezer into a field here as we turn left, and that's where everyone would have got stuck at the beginning of the first lap if we didn't avoid it.
Hey up mate, I think I left you hanging last time, didn't I? Love it. Nice one. Right, that's the first 10k done in just under 1 hour and 2 minutes. Walking a few of the steep hills, only for a few meters to get my breath back, and carrying on. Totally on my own on this stretch now, just over 12 kilometers in, just letting the legs do what they feel like really, while keeping it fairly easy. Not holding them back and not pushing them on. Sometimes works. I squeeze past you, Doc. Sorry.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
We only go between living dog food.
That's 15 kilometers done, just under 1 hour 32, so fairly consistent pacing up to now.
Some steep bits of the course really lent themselves to walking, like as this arrow points to the right here, it goes straight up. And some bits it was fairly easy to run, especially as you were approaching everybody at the checkpoint. You needed to show willing and run along this bit.
Thank you. Hey up. Hey up. Thanks, mate. Oh, I'm loving that bit. Cheers.
The marshals on the day were absolutely superb, all volunteers, helping out, cheering you on, helping to keep you going, and it really made a difference.
Now, I tend to eat every 5 kilometers, so just got a bag of Haribos out at 15k on a hill and took my time. They take a while to chew and swallow anyway, so gave me a chance to just reset a bit. Starting to feel the tiredness just creeping in around the hips, which is to be expected. On we go. Right, that's 20 kilometers done in just under 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Some of the scenery on the course was incredible on the day. All the autumn colours just really made it pop.
Oh.
It was just a bit harder to appreciate it at times when you were slogging your guts out and running away, but it was beautiful nonetheless. Prior to this event, my estimated best marathon time, taken from my last ultra, was about 5 hours 17 minutes. So I was hoping to beat that, and if possible, go under 5 hours for the marathon distance, and then carry on beyond that if I could. With over 100 metres of elevation gain on each of these fairly short 4.5 kilometre laps, it was always going to be hard work and quite tricky to beat that goal, but I had confidence that I could at least get close to it.
Right, the best I can work out, I've done 5 laps now, half marathon done, so same again for a marathon. Let's see how the legs hold up.
This next section had a really steep downhill part. It felt like tarmac with some leaves on top, and you were just thrown down into the valley here. It flattened out for a while, and then there was a really steep, mainly for walking, section straight after it.
That's 25k in 2 hours 36 and a bit. Knackered.
I always bring flapjacks with me on these long distance races. So had a few of those tucked away in the running vest.
Well, nice one, well done, pal.
Give us a woo.
Woo!
I mentioned as I walked uphill past this girl in front that even walking was getting to be hard work now. A short while later she jogged past me, left me for dead. I was starting to feel it at this point.
So I've started lap 6, 26.5 kilometres in, started to get cramp in my calves, the right one and now the left one, just a little bit. I can just feel it coming on, less than ideal. Slogging up this hill now, 27.67 kilometres. I've solved the heart rate problem by walking a lot more now. The cramps have been alright for a while. Keep drinking electrolytes and water. Just get that topped up on this lap. Fill the bottles again when I get to the checkpoint. and hopefully keep going. Right, just had a gel at almost exactly 29 kilometres. Questioning my life choices at this point. 3 hours 5. That's 30 kilometres done. 3 hours 12 and a bit. Still moving.
We're back in a minute.
We've got some equipment trouble. This bottle's leaking. The nipple won't keep the water in. Keeps leaping out as I'm running along. I had trouble with it when I filled it up first thing. Thought I'd fixed it, but it started going wrong again. Not that I need water to fix my cramp or anything. I think the bottle's a little bit better now. It still squirts occasionally, but because it's splattered loads of water out and I've not drawn it out myself, I'm now accompanied by this sloshing noise with every step. Kind of relaxing. Possibly annoying later on. Almost forgot to add my hamstrings have started trying to cramp a bit now when I'm walking up hills. So I can't run or walk, but apart from that, everything's going fine. Camera switches on when I'm walking about 90% of the time. It's demoralising. Hiya. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Just eaten some Haribo's. Struggling. The camera switched itself on the timer again. Here's me walking. Just thinking about how much food I've eaten and whether it's enough. I think it is. I'm running. Not very fast, but I'm running. Everything hurts. Resorting to talking to myself. Come on. Oh, we've got this. How convincing do I sound? We're not built for cross country. Us dwarves are natural sprinters.
I'm wasted on cross country. We dwarves are natural sprinters.
Very dangerous over short distances. Right, 33 kilometres done. My average pace is 6:36 a kilometre, which I'm surprised at given the amount of walking I've been doing. So there's hope. I think an average of 7-minute pace would get me a marathon in less than 5 hours, so clinging to that for now. 34k, 3 hours 45, almost 46. Hold on, mate. Yeah. That's 35 kilometres done, 3 hours 53, I think it said. Just trying to keep the calves at bay by walking when they flare up. Thank you. Hey up.
I want to do it without. Me too.
Alright, buddy. Sort of. How are you?
Well done, well done.
More really bad lapping.
It sounds about right, mate.
First time seeing us today. How's it gone so far?
It was alright, mate. Cramp's starting to kick in a bit now, so I'll...
There's limited bananas left. I'd get more salted potatoes if I were you.
Ah, good plan. I'll try those. Thanks, mate. Oh, dear.
We did, and we actually, I found a bit. Sorry. We had to sit down, didn't we? And but it was really hot.
Oh, yeah, it was really hot.
Yeah, but we had to sit down. Yeah, that's nice.
I ended up going, you know, when you went in here.
Yeah, she did. That was my trouble.
And we seen Gavin.
He's just
down
here.
it. Yeah. We
Just shout Linacre Peacock.
Yeah, buddy. Well done. Hope that magic potato sorts me out. Yeah, buddy.
Great pace, mate. Well
Cheers, man. Thank you. Yeah, mate. Nice one, see ya. "36 kilometres in, 6:43 average kilometre pace. I think the battery just ran out on the little camera, so pop that in the charger for now. I think you may have seen enough of the course at this point, mostly at walking pace. But I'm still aiming for that sub 5 hour marathon if I can, beating my existing estimated marathon PB by 20 or 30 minutes. So that'd be nice. Whether I can continue after that, I'm not quite sure. Pace is dictated entirely by what my legs can do without feeling like part of them is going to immediately cramp up. Could be the hamstrings, could be calves, left hip tried to join in at one point. The only thing that seems to be working is my glutes, and that's probably because they're not activated. But on we go. "38.7k in, reached the point where trying to run up any kind of gradient, something just goes really tense in a random part of my leg to the point where it just makes me stop. Flats and downhills, particularly downhills, are manageable. So keep doing those. Just reached the bit where my biceps are getting tired from keeping my arms bent the whole time. 39k done, 4 hours 26. Just passed through the checkpoint at the end of lap 9. Hopefully I can get this one done. Just having a salted potato that the race director Jamie recommended to me at the end of the last lap seemed to help. Got me round anyway, so trying the same tactic again. Approaching marathon distance according to my watch now. Should be a decent time, I think. The magic potatoes definitely helped. 42k in 4:48. Managing to run some of the hills now. That's 44k in 5 hours and 2 minutes. Getting towards the end of lap 10 now, so that would be my marathon lap completed. I think this is the final lap that I can complete before the cut-off. Can't do 2 more laps in less than an hour at the pace I've been going. But if I do this one, it should just get me to 50k, I think. Well, thereabouts. Might have to run past and go to the toilet just to top up the number, if not. Can't believe how much better I'm feeling compared to where I was an hour or 2 back. I've kept eating until I couldn't eat anymore, drinking the electrolytes constantly on the way round, and a potato at the checkpoint with salt on seems to be helping, and my legs are just moving by themselves, thank goodness. I think I'll be running this route in my sleep tonight. Final lap, no point holding back now. Giving what I can. At this point, I don't think it's going to be 50k at the end of this lap, and I think making up the distance is just wishful thinking. It was a nice idea. Here we are then, the final home straight, lap 11 of Linacre Infini 2025. This will be me done. What a race.
Awesome, well done.
Thanks a lot.
Take it,
That's me done, thank you.
You are, Mark. Brilliant.
Oh, superb. Thanks very much. Cheers. All done then. Got the medal. Not really looked at it myself yet, but there we go. Just walking back up to the car now. Managed to do 11 laps, which I'm really pleased with. That was the goal. It didn't quite come to 50k. I've only just stopped my watch. But yeah, really pleased with that. Just gonna go and find Steve now, who I gave a lift to this morning. I think he finished a bit earlier, so I'll catch up with him, get home, I'll go into it in the next video. Thanks for watching along, guys. It's been awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one. As usual, I've seen plenty of action today. I just managed to drop the case for my camera. Of course, it rolled under the car.